Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and before I begin this video, I just want to say this out loud that I do not offer private or personal readings, and I never will do that, and not through any platform, okay? Because there are a lot of scammers out there who pretend to be us and offer readings, rituals, and so much more. And it's just something not just me, but a lot of tarot readers are facing. So please, guys, be very careful. I always mention it, but there is always an odd comment which is like, oh, will you give me a personal reading, or how do I contact you? So I don't do that, okay? My job is just to serve you to the best of my ability, and I thank you for allowing me to serve you, and your blessings are more than enough for me. That's all I want. And yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? So okay, getting back to our reading today. Today it's like, what do you need to hear? I did this video a couple of days back, and I got a request like, can you do it again and frequently? So I'll do it once in a while, and if you guys feel like I haven't done it in a while, please remind me, because I always pay attention to you guys in the comment section. So having said that, you have 3 piles in front of you. Please make sure to take a pick, and then we shall start with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, this is what you need to hear today. Now, first of all, for you, pile 1, the blessing that God, the divine, is sending into your life is a blessing of shielding and safeguarding you. So it's like you're protected from all directions, from all forces which may not be good for you. So this also speaks about people, this box speaks about energies, or whatever doesn't belong in your life, okay? It's like the very much energy of Archangel Michael I'm getting here with the sword. So anything that doesn't belong will not touch you, nothing can harm you. You are safe always, and you are under safeguard. That's something you really need to know wherever you are today. And also, interestingly, you are starting a new cycle, and this is a new romantic cycle. So if in the past you've been having issues relating to relationships, romantic relationship, friendships, that will change slowly but surely. So this is a new cycle, and of course with every new cycle you have to understand that you have to leave the past behind. That is your job, and you have to do it consciously. But this is a new beautiful cycle for you. And remember something, if you are anxious about your future, if you're anxious about something, please make sure you release these thoughts, because they do not belong. And remember, anxiety only comes when you do not have belief in the higher power being there for you, in the higher power determining what is good and what is not good for you. So your anxiety really needs to be taken care of, okay? You have to convert that into trust. Yeah, so that's something you need to hear today. Okay, one thing that is important for you is to clean everything up. Now, there is a need for deep cleaning in your life. Are you holding on to too much, or you have too many possessions? It's okay to have possessions as long as it really is something that you love, but then are you keeping it clean? Are you valuing it? If you have clothes, and if you worn the clothes like, maybe last week, have you washed them? And have you kept it really well? Because clothes are something that really hold our energy. And if you are like, wearing clothes that you wore one time when you were really upset, or you wore one time when you experienced failure, is that the energy that you want to hold on to? Yeah? So please make sure you're keeping your clothes especially clean, okay? I'm really getting a specific message around clothes. Yeah, but deep cleaning of your life is important. Dust it out. Take that broom and start dusting is what is important for you. Now, another important message is you have to take care of your financial health. So this really involves making sure your investments are right. If you're getting money, are you paying yourself first? Are you saving? Are you investing it? What are you doing towards growing your money for the future? Yeah, so your financial health has to be monitored. And if you have a tendency of spending a little bit too much, it's okay to spend. It definitely is okay to spend, okay? There has to be like a flow and outflow of money to keep it going. But saving, investing it in the right avenues is also important for your long-term future. Okay, now you have to go outside. Yeah, especially for all of those friends of mine who have a tendency of staying indoors for long. So you have to make sure that you're going outside. You need fresh sunlight, you need the breeze, you need contact with, trees, birds, and humans also. Yeah, so please make sure to change your vibration, and sometimes to clean your aura and to get rid of anxiety, step outside. Okay, that outside energy is important for you. Remember this, man is a social animal. So, even if you are like not so okay with a lot of people, if you're an introvert, you still need to go outside. Sometimes with complete strangers, and then you don't have to talk so much to others, okay? But go outside, please. That's a message for you. Now, remember something, if there is somebody out there who's like, going through sort of, maybe medical issues, or whose health is right now not at optimum level, first of all, please go outside. Just going outside changes a lot of things. And secondly, if you do go outside, then you are already a channel for divine healing. For you, remember, a doctor can give you medicine, but giving healing is something God does. So make sure you're connecting with the divine power, divine energy through meditation or through chanting like a japa to help you heal your body, mind and soul quickly. See, when a person is healed, no, then anxiety also stops coming. That's something you need to hear today. Yeah, but you are a channel of healing here. And once again, when you are waiting to make some changes in your life, or when you're waiting for some decisions to be made, and if you're like, who do I consult about it? Who do I talk to? Speak to your angels. If you're having anxiety, bring that anxiety first of all to God, or on an everyday basis to your angels. Yeah. So, instead of worrying, instead of having anxiety, pray about it. Pray and you will actually get an answer. Yeah, that's something you need to hear. All right. Now, first of all, if you are somebody who worries about what other people think about them, what other people say about them, because clearly as many people you have, as many opinions you'll have, and especially with the older generation, they always have, rigid thoughts. So please make sure that you're not letting people affect you, not letting them affect your path and your everyday life, and walk your path. Just walk your path, okay? See, people are always going to be talking. They have spoken about prophets, they've spoken about gods. Like gods and prophets have had to go through incredible struggle. They've had to go through people talking really bad things about them. So we are like normal human beings. As long as you're doing something that is really truly right in accordance to dharma, live your truth and live it freely without worrying about anybody. Yeah? Just, make sure like you are standing in your own light of truth. Sometimes it can be different from others, and it's absolutely okay. Now, if in your life you are like feeling a little bit stuck, or you feel like, what next? Is there something new? There can be something new to your life, okay? So you can make a choice to consciously move in a new direction. This can be career-wise, this can be lifestyle-wise, or this could be choices wise. Okay, it all depends on you. And especially I really want you to know this, okay? If somebody out there really wants to go out and have fun, or go into something that you're not really familiar with, do it. If you fail, you'll just learn a beautiful lesson, but you'll gain so much from it. Yeah, if you change your job, you'll find new people, a new workplace, a new boss, a new environment. Maybe that is something you need to fulfill yourself at this point of time. But if that new direction is calling to you, please make sure you walk towards it. Yeah, and discover your own truth once again. Yeah, let's see what you need to surrender. Surrender to miracles. Okay, so you have to be really open to witnessing miracles in your life. Witnessing changes in your life is what is getting you. So you have to be playful, okay? Don't take life very seriously. You have to be like dolphins. Like dolphins laugh, dolphins have fun. Have you ever been in the same water with the dolphins? Please experience that sometimes. Like it's amazing. Yeah? Experience that, surrender to miracles, and let go of any resistance. So if you feel like you have to move in a new direction and you're like resisting it, don't do that. Don't resist. Just let happy changes happen in your life. And I'll give you one more. Okay, defensiveness. So if somebody is trying to tell you something and you're being all defensive about it, maybe listen to what the other person is saying, because defensiveness sometimes is a clear indication of weakness, of a very strong ego. Okay, it's like, you don't want to be wrong, or you just feel like you're so right that nobody else can be right besides you. Yeah, so the defensiveness, that has to go. Yeah, be open. Be open. Maybe by being open, you'll learn so much more. You'll gain so much wisdom, and wisdom is what we are here for, isn't it? Yeah, I'll give you some cards when it comes to relationships. Let's see what advice is coming. True love. Okay, you are going to be experiencing a true love in your life, and with a new romantic cycle beginning. So the next person who comes into your life is going to be a true love. And especially if you feel like you found a partner who's just right for you, then if you've been having trouble, you'll probably move into better times where, really, really you'll give your love a chance. True love, the love that endures. Yeah, that's coming. But true love is clearly upon you, once in a lifetime kind. Be open to it. And simple acts of kindness. So it's always for you, Pile 1, you have to ensure that every single day you be kind to animals, to birds, to human beings. No matter how people treat you, treat them with kindness, because that will be an ultimate surrender of ego. Yeah. And with kindness, when things really shift for you, they will shift so massively that your life will be blessed more than any other life. Divinely blessed. Yeah? So be open for that. I'll give you messages from Sai Baba. Let's see what you need to hear from our dear Sai. Brahmagyan, self-realization. See, the reason why you've been told that, you shouldn't really listen to other people and don't let it, affect you so deeply. Of course, you need to listen to them when you are like being egoistic, okay? But when it comes to, people saying mindless things about you, then of course you have to walk your own way. It goes both ways, right? But self-realization is when you beat your ego, when you surrender your ego and you really grow as a human being. And let me tell you, acts of service is a sure way towards self-realization, because there you're not focused on yourself, you're focused on serving others. Remember this, the greatest saints that have ever lived, whether this is, Sai Baba, whether this is Swami Samarth, whether this is Khwaja Moinuddin Chisti, Nizamuddin Aulia, everybody has always taken the path of service. They've been kind to other people, even though sometimes people spoke ill about them, even though people tortured them. In the end, they are the greatest people, and the people who tortured them, people who said bad about them, they are nowhere in picture today. So your life is taking you towards greatness, and which is why maybe in some areas of your life you're experiencing this. You're about to reach that Brahma Gyan, that self-realization. So it's an important time in your life, okay? Very important. Greatest lessons you're learning. And learn to love your true self. You have to learn to value yourself. You have to love yourself unconditionally, no matter what people say about you. Anytime somebody is saying something that you know is not right about you, remind yourself that. It is very tough. I know how tough it is. See, I've gone through all of this myself, okay? It's not like I'm just sitting here and preaching. I have witnessed some of really unkind people who've said things that, really broke my soul. But I thank them today because they have been my greatest teachers, and they will be yours too. You will become so strong when you really truly love yourself and accept yourself that you will need nobody else. Yeah, that's self-realization. That's something you are about to witness in your life. And truth. Yeah, the only thing that you have to focus on is truth, the ultimate truth, God, our creator, and the truth about your own being. Don't let yourself be defined by other people, but yet Don't be so defensive that you feel like everybody out there is a liar and you are the right person. Life is about maintaining a delicate balance between two, between making sure that you believe in yourself and also being open to criticism if that criticism is valuable and can actually help you in the long run. You have to learn how to maintain that balance, because in that balance lies self-realization. That is what you need to hear today. As I wrap this video, I want to leave you with, first of all, my best wishes, my prayers, and a big hug, because you are clearly going on a beautiful journey, sometimes difficult, but you will really meet yourself deeply. And I really want you to experience that to the fullest. I will leave you here. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, this is what you need to hear today. Now, first of all, for you, pile 2, the blessing that is coming into your life is a blessing for solace and hope. Yeah. So wherever in your life you are, there are two things that you have to remember. That solace is something we only get in the ultimate power, God. And there is one thing that always keeps you connected to that higher power, and that is hope. Hope, along with faith, has the ability to move mountains. And that is the blessing that you're coming into, a blessing of solace and hope in your life. Along with that, you are essentially being told that do not let your past hold you back. Do not let things that happened to you in the past, your memories, your circumstances hold you back. Please make sure every day you live mindfully and you live fully, being only conscious about today, what you can do best today, so that you can thank yourself in the future. Remember, we can only live in the present. The past is gone, it will never come back. And the future will happen on the basis of what you do today. Remember, today is going to be a past for your future self. What will you make of that today? So that you don't have to repeat. So I don't have to repeat for you in the future that don't let your past hold you back. Yeah? Make good choices today. That's basically what you need to hear. And especially my beautiful pile 2s. Wherever you are, you have to make sure that you're making time for rest and rejuvenation. Yeah? And again, for you, meditation is a very good form of rejuvenation. And if not, just sit peacefully with a cup of tea, with a cup of coffee, and breathe out. Relaxation is important. So relax, okay? You will climb all the mountains in the world. You will arrive at the top and you will witness miracles. But for now, make sure you are taking care of yourself. But interestingly, you are coming at a point where change is going to happen. It's upon you, yeah? And this change is going to be a blessed change. Why? Because, it's a blessing for solace and hope. So everything that you're hoping and praying for, the wind is changing in that direction. Positivity is coming, and I can say this very confidently because for a lot of people who've chosen pile 2 have some kind of Saturn energy present. Yeah, and that is obviously changing for a lot and changing towards the better. That will obviously bring you blessings. So remember this, if you have experienced hardships, 7.5, 2.5, whichever period of Saturn, change in the wind brings you hope, and change in the wind brings you success. Okay, the one thing that is very important for you wherever you are is your connection with animals. So if you have animals around you, if you have a shelter around your house, animal shelter, please make sure you feed animals. You take care of them, take care of their welfare. Yeah, because for you, in serving them, you get solace. For a couple of you, you may also be very prone to communicating with animals. Like they feel better in your presence, or they just are like themselves in your presence. Even if this is like a stray dog. Yeah. But your connection is strong, so take care of them. Feed them if you can, and if you can get a pet, nothing like it. From a shelter especially, okay? That will really be good for you. Yeah? Imagine the blessing that the dog or cat or whichever pet will give you if you bring them home from a shelter and if you give them love. Yeah, so that's something that is indicated for you. And once again, this is like telling you that you have to be motivated all the time. to make changes in your own life, but also be a motivating factor for others. If you find somebody who's like less than happy, motivate them. And how can you motivate them? You just have to say a kind word. Sometimes you just have to be physically present with them. Even a touch of hand can really be very motivating. So who can you motivate today? Who can you be kind to today? Yeah, that's something you need to ask yourself. For you, working in orphanages, working in old age homes, working in shelters, animal shelters, that's the way forward for you. No matter who you are in your life, because that is the only thing that will gain you blessings. Now, also, it's important for you to not play it safe anymore. You have to be bold, you have to be brave, and you have to prepare yourself for adventures. One more thing, it's important for you to pay attention to your physical self. What clothes you're wearing, how you're presenting yourself to the world. You have to dress for the job you want. That's the way it is. Yeah, that's very, very important. So unleash your bold side, take risk, and present yourself to the best of your ability. That's coming forth. Remember this, pile 2. In your life, wherever you are, if you're working for somebody, if you're working on your own, you have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want. Even if you want to make a choice of a career which is very different from something you've always done, you still have the freedom to work towards it, because that's something your angels are telling you. If you feel like, right now you want to go in a different direction, you want to try something new, do it. Yeah? You have the freedom to choose a life that you want for yourself. So make that choice. See, what is going to happen is, especially from the month of April onwards, things are going to be becoming much more soothsaying. So especially for you who've had a lot of road bumps for yourself, it's going to be smoother. Go with the flow, okay? Don't resist things. The more you resist something, the more it goes. Yeah, especially if you have people in your life who are like not people you agree with, the more attention you pay to things that they are doing wrong, the more they will do it. Whatever you attract, it comes to you. Whatever you think about, it comes to you. So just go with the flow, relax, which is why you need to calm down. That's coming through for you. Remember this, you have 2 cats especially here, once again with the animal messages. So if there is somebody out there who owns a cat, even in spirit, okay, first of all, let me tell you, the presence is supremely strong for you. Like if this is a pet who's passed away, they're still with you. Remember this always. And you have the power and protection of a very, very higher force, and that force connects with you very deeply. Yeah, so make sure you're using that power. See, God has blessed you with so many talents, but if you don't make use of that talent, there is absolutely no use of that talent, and you are wasting something that God has given you. And that's something you should not do. Yeah? If you have a talent, harness it. Use it for the world. Use it for the goodness of the world. That's something that you should do. And okay, surrender to silence is a message. Once again, meditation, quietening your mind, contemplating, or just being still, breathing in, breathing out. You need that stillness, because I get a feeling here, you live in your mind half of the time. Like things can be okay, but your mind is like so much in that zone that you need to calm down. Okay, sometimes this can happen because of Saturn. But when you know that Mr. Saturn is responsible for this, then meditation is important. Yeah. See, I really want to tell a story about Lord Shiva here, Shani Dev, of course, Saturn, actually, was supposed to come to Lord Shiva, and he actually told him that I'm going to be coming to you. What Lord Shiva did, he actually went to a forest and meditated. And he made the best use even of the time of Saturn. Saturn did come upon him, but he was in meditation. The only thing that he got affected with was he had to leave Kailasha and go to a forest. Yeah. So if you become that individual who's so centered, who's so contemplative and meditative and still in the mind, nothing can affect you. No planets can affect you. It is all in your mind. Yeah. So make your mind that strong is the message for you. And yes, once again, message from your mind is surrender negative thinking, constantly thinking, negative thinking. And once again, if you have a tendency of oversharing, sharing things that you ideally should not be sharing. Don't do that, okay? And especially to people you don't really trust or don't really know, and social media is like, please be careful, okay? I always say this. People feel like it's okay to share their lives, but then they attract the evil eye. Be careful. Let's see what messages you have when it comes to your love. Like attracts like. Exactly what I was talking about right now. Listen, I'm shuffling on camera, okay? So there's no way I can manipulate this. So your thoughts attract people in your life. Your thought attracts things in your life. So please make sure you only think about the things you want, especially in your relationship. Relationship with neighbors, relationship with friends, family, it all works alike, okay? Actions speak loudly. So when it comes to your relationships, okay, you have to do something for people. It's not enough that you tell them 100 times that you love them and they don't believe you. But if you act towards it, if you give somebody a cup of water, you make them a cup of tea, you ask them how their day was, or do something for them that they struggle with. These are little things that make your relationship better, okay? It's not always words. Words are hollow unless they are acted upon. That's something you need to know. And spend quality time together. Yeah, spend time together. If you are people who are very busy with work, you don't give time to family, change it. In the end, when you become very old, it's going to be your family. If you're people who are very focused on kids, remember your kids will move out and it's going to be you, your partner. So quality time always makes a difference. Yeah. Let's give you messages from Baba. Let's see what Baba has to say. Oneness. Once again, when it comes to your spiritual life, please, if you can, focus on being devoted to one God. Not to say that you should dismiss the others, but there has to be one primary force, one deity that you submit with. Yeah, so that your relationship with that deity grows every single day. And when you need assistance, when you need to go somewhere and you need to pray, you actually are able to do that. That oneness, understanding it is important. Yeah. Dedicate to Sai. So if you have any kind of problem in your life, or if you feel like there's something that is not right and you need a solution towards it, dedicate it to Sai. Yeah, that's important for you. And okay, you have to. Okay. Once again, when it comes to any kind of problem, make sure you dedicate it to Sai. And if you do not know Sai, then you can dedicate to whichever power you believe in. And then let go. Stop overthinking about it, okay? Just let go. Let go of control. And be a lighthouse. So you have to make sure, once again, like meditation. See what meditation does? It brings all of your energies in one place, together. And then you evolve as a person. The greatest spiritual beings have become who they were because of meditation. So that is something you have to do. Please do it. So that your energies will come together. You will actually start developing a lot more on the spiritual plane. And then you can be of help to multiple people in your life. Understand this. If you are not sorted, if your own thoughts are not sorted, your energy is not sorted, how can you then help the world? Yeah. You'll constantly be in your own thoughts, in your own, problems. So if you want to be a lighthouse to the world, you have to make sure that you are still in mind, body, and spirit. That's important. That oneness of that mind, body, spirit is also important for you. Yeah. Overall, these are the messages that you need to hear today. Wherever you are, I will leave you here with my prayers and lots of blessings for your future. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, these are the messages that you need to receive today. Now, interestingly, the blessing that is coming into your life is the blessing on your day. And remember something, pile 3. The blessing on your day is, I believe, one of the best blessings ever. Because this is like whenever you choose to make your day blessed, whenever you choose to think differently about your day, that is a blessed day. So things are in your own control. You can dictate how you want to spend your day, and how blessed you want to make it. So this is like the universe is telling you, I am giving you the power to decide your day and decide every day for you. That's a very, very beautiful blessing right there. Now also for you, pile 3, you are very, very rapidly moving towards the completion of a goal. Like if there is something that you've really wanted, you'll actually reach there towards your goal much more quickly than anticipated. So especially the next 2 months, as much as you can, please make sure you work hard, because the success that you will get will actually put you miles ahead of what it would otherwise, because the energy is really, really strong and very, very quick. See, because what is happening is very, very soon you are going to be reaching a stage of fulfillment. Fulfillment materially, but also fulfillment that brings you satisfaction, like truly having a blessed life. A blessed life is not only money, it is about security, it is about happiness. It is having the entire package, okay? So that's what you're going to be coming into when you're rapidly moving in that direction. You can dictate what makes you happy and what doesn't. But before that, the universe is telling you, please make sure you take one step back and observe your life. You have to be the observer. See what you do every single day that may be sort of disturbing you and disturbing your peace of mind. And then do something every day to change it. So you have to be the observer and you have to be the person who acts. Remember, you are the person who dictates your life now and forward. The divine is completely in your favor. Okay, now the reason why all of this is happening is because spiritually you are growing a great deal, and you're growing to that extent that your psychic abilities will now become much more stronger. Yeah, so reason why you have to be an observer is you have to change certain habits you're holding. Maybe the habits that trap you in your mind and block your psychic abilities. Psychic abilities has to do with things that cannot be pinpointed to, right? It's just an intuition that comes and you act on it. So then moving towards it, you have to observe that you do wrong. Yeah, but psychically, lot of things are changing for you. And especially for you, in this particular year, the later part of the year, especially September, October, November, December, are going to be very, very important on all of the things that you were hoping and praying for, especially materially, okay? Your heartfelt wishes, the longings are actually going to be coming true for you. So this is like, the Lord telling you, prepare for this journey. Start preparing from now onwards. One thing that you have to do is, you have to be open to receiving guidance, receiving blessings, and receiving energy from others. So especially if you have a tendency of doing things too much for other people, continue doing that. Plus, when somebody else wants to do something for you, receive it as well. That beautiful flow, that harmonious flow has to continue. Yeah, you have the energy like a mother, a very giving mother, but a mother always needs help and one day off from work. Yeah, that's something you need to do. Moving forward, interestingly, you're also being guided towards reading, towards studying, towards education. Because if you want to do something in your life, especially career-wise, reading about it, studying about it, and actually researching about it will actually help you. So if you can actually physically go to a place, maybe like a library, maybe like a research room, to university to study, that will be supremely helpful for you, because you need that quiet time to just contemplate and study. Study is especially important. See, once again, so if you spend too much time with other people, probably if you are into group studies, or if you pay attention to what others are doing, it's time to focus on what you're doing and make sure you become the best at what you do. You will be given the guidance, okay? See, this lady is just sitting and, in silence. She gets those intuitive nudges about what to do and where to go next, because you have this little buddy whispering things in her ear. That is nothing but our psychic abilities, our psychic helpers. Yeah, so solitude, very, very important for you. Devoted and committed. Listen, the winter months, especially September onwards, are very important for goal fulfillment and wishes fulfillment. So it is important for you to be dedicated to it, very committed to it, okay? So if you are studying something already, if you're a student, or if you are into some kind of careers, pay very, very careful attention to what you're doing. Devote yourself completely. You know, sages, they would spend lifetimes reading, they would spend lifetimes learning, writing, everything. That is meant to be your life. Yeah. And sometimes I also get a message like a simpler life. Things that you need, that's it. You know, that kind of life is something that is really, really coming towards you. So commit to a life that you want to live is a very clear message. Commit to it, okay? Don't be like, today I'm going to do it, tomorrow I'm going to forget about it. That's not going to work. You have to be like a sage, you know, like a hermit. See, very similar cards, no? All three, in fact. That's supposed to be you. Let's see what you need to surrender. Okay. Surrender to the magic of who you are. You just have to be a better person every day. You focus on yourself. See how magical your life is. Witness miracles in your life. And just be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't look at anybody else's work and go, oh, you know, I wish I could do that. No. You're meant to be your own person. And surrender stress. So right now, if you are struggling with something, please make sure you just relax. Relax. You know, if you have like body where tension builds up, I have a tendency of building tension, you know, in my body. And when I realize that is happening, I just go for a walk. And just, you know, nature heals us. And of course, you know, nature does heal. See, it's like this lady is hugging a tree. Hugging a tree has once again miraculous efforts. You know, it just instantly makes you feel better. Yeah, instantly. So maybe that's something you can do. Forest baths, forest bathing is, if you can manage that, if you have a forest, please. And one more thing, surrender your attachment to results. Do your best. Your job is to keep learning, doing your best. Leave the results to the higher power. They'll take care of it. Yeah. Desired outcome, holding on too tight, not the best way to do things. Let's see what more messages are coming. Receive with love and appreciation. So once again, you know, I already told you, you have to receive. But when somebody is giving you something, don't be like, you know, oh, thank you, but I wish it was this way. That correction has to stop. Just appreciate. When somebody is doing something for you, just appreciate instead of pointing out flaws. Yeah, appreciate if somebody is being kind to you and be gracious about it. Yeah. And relationship patterns. Okay, now one more thing, if you have a tendency to point out flaws in another person, if you have a tendency of being critical when you shouldn't really be, then maybe that's a pattern. But either way, one thing that you have to change is your relationship pattern. First of all, recognize it and make sure that you work towards changing it. Yeah, that's something you need to hear today. Okay, so be careful. And honestly, if you recognize relationship patterns, if you appreciate what is coming your way, love endures. It will always endure, okay? See, one thing that is always wrong for relationships is criticism. Yeah. Second thing is lack of appreciation and finding faults when somebody is just trying to be nice to you. Yeah. So if you do that well, then obviously love will endure. Yeah. That's what love is. Love is about forgiving. It's about forgiving, okay, and being kind. Two most important things in any relationship. It is tough, I get it, but doable. Yeah, but love endures. Don't give up on love. And trust in the Guru fully, okay. So Baba is telling you that in your life, you have to make sure in whichever power you believe in. It doesn't have to be Baba necessarily. You have to trust that power fully. If you have a guru, trust in that guru fully. Because unless you have faith, complete faith, that power cannot work in your lives. Surrender. Once again, you had surrender your attachment to results. So do the best that you can. Be the best person that you can. And rest, surrender it to the higher power. See, you have to live your life as if you're living it for the divine. Don't live it for people in your life. Don't live for getting something in return. Do everything in the name of the highest power. That's the best way to live. Yeah. And I'll give you one more. Duality. One more thing. Two people can be right in their own way. That's the way. And if you believe in two practices, that's okay. but you have to reach a point where that duality becomes one. Spirituality, okay, in terms of spirituality. Otherwise, when it comes to listening to what the other person say, you have to. Yeah, I'll give you one more maybe. And remain centered. No matter what, remain centered, because if you are remaining centered, no external forces can affect you. And then, look at this. Every day will be a blessed day. Our days can be really, really beautiful if we can only, really channel our energies right. All the saints, all the spiritual masters are centered all the time, and hence for them, happiness, sadness is the same thing. You have to reach that point. Remember, pile 3, I remind you, this is supposed to be your last birth. And hence, the challenge is strong, but it is doable. You're born for it. Live it beautifully. I will leave you here with nothing but my best wishes for your future. I'll see you in my next one.